Hey everybody, this is Troy Saunders, and welcome to the BAAS Group Presents Listening Experiences for the Indie Artist Aficionado. Hey everybody, welcome to the third episode of the BAAS Group Presents. And tonight I got one of my good friends. I haven't spoken to her in such a long time, so I'm so excited that she's on the line. And her name is Miss Chinah Blac. Now, before we even get into talking with Chinah, I'm going to play a little tune from way back in the day that had my head nodding. So if it had my head nodding, then it's still going to nod right now because it's all classic and it's all good. So I'm going to start off with Chinah Blac with Touch Me With Your Hands. That's sexy. That's a summertime tune. And I want to introduce y'all right now to my friend, Miss Chinah Blac. What's up, Chinah?
Hey. Yes, applaud me.
Yes. How you been, girl?
I'm good. I'm blessed. I'm here. I'm alive. We 6 feet over and not 6 feet under. Okay.
Amen to that.
Yes, sir.
Breathing is air.
Breathing this air.
Okay. Girl, I see you've been busy lately.
Yeah, it's been a lot going on. Just moving and shaking. Music, production. Just got my hands in everything right now. Hookah business, everything.
Shoot, why not? That's you know what? That's one thing I say about this pandemic. It has made people really look into what they want to do for themselves and how to be entrepreneurs and what's going to make them happy. Instead of working for somebody else.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I was just saying to a musician friend of mine today that if you haven't figured out what you wanted to do in your life in this year and a half, you ain't never gonna figure it out. Because just too much. It was just too much. It was too much dead air. There was no movement, no motion. All of us was locked down. And if you didn't take the time to at least discover your passion or your purpose or reinvention to make some money or something,
okay,
you're gonna be broke all your life, child, with no dreams and aspirations because you have had the time. God has given us the time to sit still.
Yes.
That's the biggest, to me, that's what I took away out of it. Of course, we suffered a lot of losses.
Yes, we have.
And whether it came in the form of death or finances or businesses, but I've always been the person that thought of things half full and not half empty.
Me too.
So with that thought in mind, God just said, sit down.
That's it.
Sit down and think
I'll work everything out. I'll work it out.
I'm work it out. It may not be the way you like it.
Yeah.
But take this time and sit down and figure out your life. But good, bad, or indifferent.
You know what? It took me, Michael had to convince me to leave work because I wasn't trying to leave yet because I still had another year before I really was supposed to retire. And he's like, well, you're not going back to work because the pandemic is hitting New York hard and you're not coming back home and bringing, all this stuff to me and Indigo. So
yeah,
No,
it was really the same for me. Like I had to make a decision on whether I'm going to risk what's going on and get out here and work or say, hey, my son needs to be educated. And ultimately, I put everything to a halt. I quit my little day jobs and stuff was that I was doing. I put it all down and I stayed home with my son. And he's very much a reflection of the sacrifice. Still straight A student. His grades wasn't hurt. Yep. He just got promoted to the 3rd grade.
Get a little man.
He took his finals in reading today. He's reading above target. He's already on 3rd grade reading level. And, I'm happy with that. Whatever the sacrifice it cost me money wise to see my son still flourishing and still learning and growing, money can't buy that.
No, you can't. No, it can't. Same thing here. Indigo's her average is above 96. So she's gotten the presidential award and honors and
that's so great.
We went to an award ceremony.
We parents now.
Okay.
You remember when we
okay, just acted a fool, running the streets.
In these streets, hard. Now we all settled down. And
okay.
Child, baby, I don't got no babysitter. I can't go nowhere.
Okay. Oh, please. No.
Good transition, right? It was good transition. Yeah. We had a good time out there.
We had
to become adults.
Okay. We definitely had our time out there. So you know what? We ain't missed nothing. We didn't miss anything. So, and then to top it off, we had a 2-year-old that we were fostering last year too. So, and that she came with us right before the pandemic hit. So we didn't know the pandemic was going to hit. So now I really had to stay home because, who's looking after a 2-year-old? She can't go to daycare, none of that type of stuff. So
She can't go where she is barely. She's getting her little walk together.
okay, right.
Solid foods. She's somewhere on the chicken.
I'm like, wait a second, where these diapers come from?
And pull ups.
Okay.
Go with them pull ups.
Okay. Oh Lord. So yeah, but she went back to her biological father right now. So who knows? She might be back. We'll see.
Hey,
you know,
they unfortunately sometimes they got to come back.
Sometimes they do. But I pray for all of them because she's one of she's one of 9 kids, so she's not even the youngest. I mean, she is the youngest out of 9.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I mean, thank God for people like you. I have a cousin. Her name is Aljathea Cannon, and she has her own boys. But in the same token, every time I go down there, she got a foster kid. Mm. There's always an extra one. I'm like 1, 2, 3.
Who are you?
Like literally before the pandemic, she would go to the newborns and rock them and tell stories. It's like, thank God for people like you and her who have love for children, that when they need the assistance, somebody can come through for them, because these babies ain't asked to be here.
Nope, not at all. And you know what? It was so sad when she, went back home. She was looking like, why am I leaving here? She's like, why y'all packing up all my stuff?
Listen, the babies know. The babies look. They know the difference.
Okay.
I said to a funny joke. I probably shouldn't tell this joke, but the funny joke is I was at a rehearsal last night, and my dad called, and my dad was like, I can't find Boogie. And I was like, what? He's like, I can't find Boogie. I took a nap and I woke up. He done slipped by me. I don't know where he is. I was like, what you mean you don't know where he is? So I looked at his Find My iPhone. It was clearly in the house. Mm. So I was like, child, you just gotta find him. He's just somewhere around there. So he looking and looking. I was like, check my bed. He checked my bed. I said, check his bed. He goes to the door, looks in, don't see nothing. I said, check downstairs. He don't see nothing. And I said, did you check his bed? Or did you look from the room?
Because he might be underneath the covers.
And listen, when I tell you he walked up to that twin bed and he was on the top bunk under the cover sleep, I was like, see, you wrong.
Get me all.
Where's he going? First of all, it's nighttime. He's scared of the dark. He's not going outside. And why would he leave all of this?
Exactly.
You think he is running away and leaving his Xbox, his Nintendo Switch, his iPhone, his iPad, and everything behind to be outside with nothing? Please, the kids know.
Okay.
Ain't going nowhere.
Getting me all riled up for nothing.
For nothing. Listen, I wasn't riled up.
Because you knew you was in that house.
I was like, I know this man ain't lose my baby, so I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm not. And I was like, and for the record, look for the kid before you call the mother.
Okay.
And say,
okay. Exactly. Okay.
Even with being my father. Okay.
Okay. Oh Lord. Oh boy. So, I was just sitting here thinking early, I was like, oh my God. I said, when I first heard of Chinah, I'm trying to think, were you singing with Erica or Jill?
I don't know.
I think it was.
It might have been on.
I think it was Jill when I first saw you.
Yeah. I think the first BAAS show I did Portuguese Love, so it was probably out of the Jill era.
Yeah, I think it was Jill. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think I was at the Hammerstein Ballroom.
Mm.
Yeah, it was that show, and I was like, oh my God, who that girl back there singing? Because you had a solo or something you was doing up in there. And I was like, oh my God, that girl is insane. And then a friend of mine, Jason's like, oh, you know Chinah Blac? You know that girl? I said, I don't know, but I know she's singing her ass off. I said, I'm going to get to know who she is.
Background on a tour of that caliber of like when you think of like Jill or, Erica, Dave Matthews, all the people I worked for, that caliber of artists, the backgrounds is the hardest working gig in the business.
It is.
Okay?
It is.
Because you got to hold them down through hell, sleep. I remember having an ear infection, and still we was overseas, and I still had to go on with like 101 fever. So, you know, you don't get no breaks.
Nah.
Or whatever. You got to do the job.
And truth be told, some background singers are better than the person that's in the front.
Listen, when you think of people like, when you think of Luther, when you think of people of that, her name is escaping me now. She used to do all of the, why I can't think of her name now. She used to do a lot of backgrounds for Quincy Jones and
Patty Austin.
Yes, Patty Austin, the Jones Girls.
Oh yeah,
there's an unsung on right now about the Jones Girls.
I got it taped. I didn't see it yet.
When you see the discography before the album, it's insane. Like Ashford and Simpson being songwriters and producers.
Yeah, like
a lot of them transitioned from the back to the front.
Yeah. Yeah.
And most of those people still got their money.
Yes, they
because they transitioned from the back to the front, and they didn't start at the front and not know the business.
Exactly. Matter of fact, Patty Austin has a podcast now, and she had and she had Lettucey on there. And one of the things she said, she's like, when Baby Come to Me became a hit, she's like, I didn't really want it to be a hit. I didn't want to go touring and go singing. She said, I was making millions doing background and jingles. She said, Lisa Fisher. Yeah. Yep. Same thing. She's like, shoot, I didn't want to go in the front.
Because the best part about singing background for someone, well, when you're blessed to be able to sing at that level, let's just say that.
Yes.
Because that's really where the money is when you're at that level of caliber of artists. But the best thing about that is you get to go home and nobody don't know your name.
Exactly. You can walk the street, you can go to the supermarket.
You can go to the supermarket, you can take your kids out. Ain't nobody gonna know you.
Okay.
Or you don't gotta worry about nobody bumping you in your head because they don't know what's in your account.
Right.
Okay. So yeah, no, I'm for that. I always said if I could do arrangements for a living and not like, of course you always want the ability to have the platform.
Yes.
If you have something to say, right? That you want the people to hear. But truth be told, if it's a platform short-lived and you can go right back into your little hut and take me, and I can get me like a music supervisor job at Nickelodeon, I'll be fine.
Okay.
You get to stay home and raise your kids. The kids know who you are, and they don't
You're
think
not
the
a nanny.
Yeah,
because there's so many horror stories about, people that are really in the limelight and their kids are, the kids are just upset with them because they never with them.
Because the kids grow up and they, sometimes they have some screws loose. Okay, because they didn't have the parent on deck. And when they start arguing with you, you see these movies when the kids get mad at the celebrity parent, it's like, you weren't there for me.
Exactly.
You weren't there. The money was more important.
Ayanla Fix My Life, those episodes. Yes. Okay, when she have celebrities on there.
Yeah, and they talk about how you wasn't there for them, and it's a double-edged sword, right? Because you're out there making money for your family so that they can have everything that they need. Most people want to be able, and I'm one of them, want to be able to give their children or provide for their children in a way that wasn't really provided for them.
Yeah.
So that's with every generation. You want to do better than the person before. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you're out there and you're busting your butt to ensure that happens. But what ends up lacking is the presence.
Yeah.
And that's the thing they get mad at you at the end.
Yeah.
Is that you were not present. I got all of these things. I can do all of these things, but I end up being an entitled brat that had no parent supervision. And now I'm blaming you for not being present.
Yep.
Because in the end, due to as much as the children love to have the things that they love,
they rather have you.
Really, they value, even as children, they value presence.
Yeah.
They want to be able to see you there while they play with their things.
Right.
Now, how you balance that out is neither here nor there. Like, give me these things and then sit here and play. Like, baby, how am I gonna give you these things and not work? I can't sit here with you.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, children become adults and they end up paying the price, of what that is. And my father always says to me that you always can tell when a parent is present for the child when they become older.
Yeah.
Because they come back.
Yeah.
If you were present and you took care of the child when they was younger, they are going to come back and take care of you when they older. Yeah. When you were not there, then they will show up on birthdays and Christmases.
Okay. Counting down.
And the funeral.
Exactly, the funeral. And if you got some coins, they really can't wait for the funeral. No? Right?
Exactly. Because they trying to see what their portion is.
Right. That's all they waiting on.
Mm-hmm. And I never want that for my baby.
Me either.
I never want him to say that, I got all this stuff, but my mother wasn't there. That's not acceptable. It's not acceptable for me. And that's not to say it's okay for any other parent, because you don't know what everybody's situation is. I'm just grateful to God that he's provided me a setup in a way that I can, right for now, I could do both.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. And thank God that, Michael taught and told me that, hey, you need to get up on out of here, because we need you here and we don't want you to get sick or get out there and catch corona or anything. So stay here. We'll make it work. And you know what? That was the best decision I made in my life.
Yeah, and it grows your family closer.
Yeah.
I mean, you get on each other's nerves. Because let's be clear, I've been with an 8-year-old locked down for a year and a half. Okay. He is a whole roommate.
Okay.
He eat up all the food. He drink my seltzer water when I don't want him to drink it in the middle of the night when I'm asleep.
So true. You can imagine we had Indigo at the time was 10. She just turned 11, right? 10, 11. She was 10 and 10 turning 11. And then we had a 2-year-old. And then we have like 2 dogs, 2 cats, a bird. I'm like, there's always something going on over here. Got animal kingdom. Huh?
Your house rocking.
Okay.
Boy in silence. And I'm gonna get you. Coming from the back room because he on Xbox. Come on, I'm gonna get you. No, you're not supposed to kill me. You're cheating. This noise.
Talking to the game.
Talking to the game and the people in the game, because these kids, they find their own way to socialize. So now it's 5 of them on Xbox, and all you hear is Boogie, no, Jordan, no, Kevin, no, Kay, no. And they having a whole party, and you looking there, and it's just him with some headphones on.
But he had his friends connected to it, right?
Yes. Yeah. You remember back in the day, the party line?
They party line with the games.
People on the one line.
Yeah.
That is what's going on in my back room every night.
Well, that's Indigo now because, she didn't have an Xbox. So we finally got I wanted a Nintendo Switch. Mm-hmm. So we got a Nintendo Switch. So she said, I want to get Katie on and Chelsea. And I'm like, go ahead, girl. Go ahead, do your thing. But we putting a time limit on it. You ain't going to be on here for 2-3 hours, okay? Because you got other things to do. So listen, I got a little time limit on it.
I can't front on you. Sometimes I go to bed and I still hear, I'm gonna get you. And I be like, Boogie, you supposed to be asleep. Sorry, mommy, I'm gonna get you. So sometimes 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, what is going on? Y'all supposed to be asleep. So now I have to take the equipment. Mm-hmm. So I'll take all of his stuff when it's time for him to go to bed. At first, I took everything and then left him his phone, but then I found out he done figured out how to get Fortnite on the phone. So he under the cover like a little tent, whisper.
Well, you know
Said
what?
to take that.
I put the parental controls on it. So I look over and I see still no. I just boop, hit the button and it all cuts off.
I can hear her like, oh, man.
Daddy over there, he cut me off. Yep, sure did. Oh, so evil self.
That's probably what she's saying.
Okay.
Daddy's so evil.
Okay, no mean self. You're going to appreciate this meanness later on.
Exactly. They will. Trust.
Okay. Oh, well, so let's get back to the music. We just talking about everything, though.
Listen.
Okay, but you know, because we haven't spoken to each other in such a long time.
I know. Old friends. We got to catch up a little bit first.
Okay.
This might be an extended version of this podcast today.
All right.
Hopefully everybody's all right with that.
So I was just thinking, I was in the car the other day, and Josh Milan came on with you and Till You Go Home. I like that song. Let's give somebody something from that was a while back too, but still, it still pumps today. And then
That was cute.
And then
I was like, what are we writing about though? I was like, because Josh wrote that record, okay? I didn't write that. Touch Me With Your Hands, I wrote.
Okay.
A little bit more discreet.
Okay.
with my evening affairs, okay?
Okay.
A little more quiet. That thing was like, I said, wait a minute, are we talking about this man is so weird?
Okay.
This is somebody else's guy? That's what we're talking about here? He's like, some people go through that, and I try to write from, stories of everybody. And I was like, wait a minute, but are these people going to think that's me?
Okay.
Was it somebody else's guy? So, yeah, it took me a second to get through that.
Okay.
I was like, I don't got time for nobody out here thinking I'm like some Jezebel in the streets.
Okay. Then they be rolling up on you. I know how you are, girl. Wait, I'm just singing the song. I didn't write that.
Just singing the song. And they like, But it blew up and it did well. It was his first release on Honeycomb.
All right.
So he's like 10 years strong now. So congratulations to Josh.
Okay. Congratulations, Josh. So here we're going to play a little bit Till You Go Home by Chinah, Blac and Josh Milan. Well, that's the ending for you. Okay, you like,
that's Josh for you.
What the hell happened to the music?
Jazz, sus 9/5
Okay.
chord on 7 augmented.
Okay.
No, but Josh is just like an incredible musician. He plays all instruments. So, like, just even sitting, going to his house, he in there with with a purple B3 organ and all this other stuff that's set up. And shout outs to Dawn Tallman. Dawn Tallman sing background on that record.
I love Dawn.
And then moving forward, she put out her own album through Honeycomb, Just for Me, which was incredible.
I love it.
Incredible album. Gotta check
I
Dawn
love that
Tallman.
album. Oh, please. You know I got her on my constant rotation.
Yes.
Shoot, because that girl be chirping. Oh, my
Listen,
God.
Got this record called God, and she sung it for my birthday, and I almost fell out. I don't know what kind of throat that woman got. It's anointed.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, because she does all types of stuff. I'm like, what in the world?
All thing.
Ooh, man, I gotta get Dawn on here.
Yeah, listen.
Okay. Shoot.
You definitely got to bring on Dawn.
Okay. Now, what I was thinking also, I said, you know what, Chinah? I never went back and asked you, how did you get into music and what made you want to do music and all that good stuff?
Oh,
because we never even talked about that. We always started from where we was at right then and there. We never went back.
Yeah, we just like, cocktails and hookah, yes.
Okay, but some people might want to know.
I mean, truth of the matter, music wasn't where I wanted to end up.
Really?
To be honest with you, I started, when I was younger, maybe like 6 or 7. My dad heard me singing for the first time. He didn't know I could sing, and the moment he heard me, he was like, "Oh, we're doing piano classes. We're doing all of this stuff." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm trying to play with these Barbie dolls. Ain't nobody got time for this." So so he did put me in a vocal training class in elementary. He did put me in a piano class that I skipped. So I only play slightly, not enough to do no show.
Okay.
But to read charts and things like that. And from there, I went to, I followed my god sister that was going to Arts High School at the time, and she was babysitting me. So what she would do is she would bring me with her to school because everybody was working.
Right.
And she was my babysitter. She had class.
Go to school, right? So come on, girl, you go with me.
So she was like, "Come on." And I would sit in her classes, her art classes, because she was an art major. Mm-hmm. And then she would take me around or whatever into the music classes and stuff. And later on, when I got ready to go to...
how old were you? Why weren't you in class?
Child. I didn't make it that day. I wasn't making it.
Okay.
I was with her in class. Okay.
I had an excuse.
Yeah. They ain't miss you at Catholic school. They ain't know.
Okay.
They ain't know. But ultimately, when I got ready to go to high school, because I was so familiar with Arts High, I tested into arts for music. And my plan was to go into entertainment law. So I wanted to do music, but from a lawyer standpoint. But unfortunately, by going to Arts High, you don't get regular classes. So when I graduated, I think that's changed now, but when I graduated from arts, I had 4 years of music, 2 years of science, 1 year of history, no business classes, because it was a magnet school. It was built for musicians, actors, and artists design. It wasn't built. It wasn't built for regular schools. So
did they have dance also?
They had dance, but it wasn't like a full dance program. You was able to take it as an elective along with your other classes. So it was pretty much music, arts, and drama.
Gotcha.
At that time. Now I think they do have a dance class, but then they didn't. So luckily for me, I got into college on a track scholarship because I was running track. Because my father was like, okay, child, let me tell you, I paid your tuition through elementary. You on your own. You have to figure this thing out. So for me, that was track and field. And I got blessed with a track scholarship to go to Texas Southern University in Houston. Mm. I went there as a business major.
Wow.
And then my coach called my father and was like, okay, she got like a 1.3. And we don't know why she has a 1.3 because all of her grades were spectacular coming in here. But the problem was I was taking business classes and didn't know nothing about business. All I knew was music. So I had to switch my major to save my scholarship, and I switched to music. Wow. And then by my junior year, I got tired of going to school because I was like, there's nothing here for me to learn because I know all of this stuff. And I dropped out and came home. And my dad was like, okay, so you got to get a job. I got a job at Continental. And I started like doing little demos at like, like almost like the Mary J. Blige story, how she did Sweet Love in a mall. Mm-hmm. I did Masquerade at Great Adventures. And I had my little demo and I was moving my little demo and, through all of that, I got I met up with a guy named Floyd that connected me to somebody else, and I ended up with my first record deal.
Wow.
With Kedar and Erica. That's how the two met, as far as me and Erica.
Kedar went to Erasmus like I did.
Huh?
Erasmus Hall High School.
Wow.
He went to Erasmus. Crazy. I went to Erasmus, Will Dowling, D-Trade, we had like a little music and art department over there too. Yeah. So a lot of people came out of there also.
Yeah, man. So like through that, the group I was in, they disbanded, but me and Erica remained friends, and I met James Mtume through that. Mtume, he took me under his wing as his protege, started taking me to all of his sessions and just teaching me how to record. He was teaching me the back work, arrangements, recording, studio sessions, and all of that. And when the opportunity came, he sent me out on the road with Dave Matthews, and that was my first tour.
Wow.
And ever since then, that's just been what I've been doing, music. Okay. So I ended up in it, and then I had to learn how to like to be in it because it wasn't what I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. And now it's pretty much like breathing. I don't know nothing else. So there you go.
Get out of here. Well, see, that's different. Usually everybody's, I always wanted to be a singer, blah, 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 blah. And
I wasn't trying to be nobody's singer. I was like, no money in that. I want to be
okay.
Even as a child, I was about my dollar.
That reminds me when I auditioned to go to Erasmus, it was for music and art. And it wasn't even about singing. I went in and I got accepted to play the trumpet and for art. And when they said you can't do both, so which one are you going to do? So I said, well, music, you ain't gonna make no money in no music. I said, at least art, you can be architect, you can, it's a whole bunch of other things that you can do. Graphic artist, all right, I'm gonna take art. But then once I got into school, I was like, I still want to do music, know? But I knew I couldn't do trumpet. I said, well, you know what? Maybe I can go in there and sing in the chorus.
You better go ahead, choir boy.
Okay. So I went down to Miss Fleischer and I was like, Miss Fleischer, I want to be part of the choral club. She hit a key, some notes on the piano and see if I can do it. I said, yeah, I can do that. Boop, 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 boop. All right, I'm changing you to sixth period. You in.
Yeah, I didn't really have those dreams or aspirations because that really wasn't my immediate surroundings. I'm saying? I come from a blue collar family. My father sang in a doo-wop group, back in the day, but he went to the army, he came back, blue collar. That's what I was raised in. Whereas, most of like artists or different artists, either somebody was a singer, somebody such and such, music. My mother played all of this stuff and all we heard was Stevie and Michael and all. Child, please. We ain't had none of that. The first video I saw when we finally got cable, was Earth, Wind, and Fire on BET singing Let This Groove.
Let's groove. I knew he's going to say that, yo.
You know, so I didn't come from like a plethora of music. It was just something that I liked to do and ended up the only thing I could do. You know, so yeah, I just kind of fell into it.
Okay. Well, I know one thing. Well, in my house, they was always playing music. My father's just like your father. You know, he went into the service, you know, and then sang doo-wop and all that type of stuff. And then when he came out, he was blue collar, but he always had a thing for music, though. You know, he was always taking the reel to reel and doing old Marvin Gaye songs and OJs, and he would do all the vocal parts to him and stuff like that. So I always listened to him do stuff. I said, oh yeah, and I always loved music. I mean, I came out the womb loving music. So
yeah. I came out the womb hungry.
Okay.
Everybody got time to sing, feed me.
Okay, but I know one thing though. I could hear that voice, Shaka, which we always talked about. I said, you know, Shaka Khan is like, that's the girl right there. So
yes.
it's funny when you redid Any Love. I said, oh, okay, girl.
Yeah, I had like.
How did y'all get together?
So, you know, so I guess the biggest compliments for me beyond singing is everywhere I go. If I'm in a supermarket or if I'm at the gas station, somebody is saying, anybody ever tell you look like Shaka Khan? I said, it's the story of my life, child. Okay. You know what I mean? And I was laughing with my friend. I was like, because, you know, recently, maybe a couple of years ago, I found out I was adopted. So I was like, oh, shoot. So what happens if we find out that Shaka is really my mother? I won't put that out because I want Darren showing up and trying to roll up on me.
Okay.
But I said, that would be interesting, right? Because the resemblance is kind of weird, you know, but I've always wanted to do a cover. I just never knew what I wanted to do. And I also know that Shaka ain't the one for people covering her records and it's not being good.
Okay. The face be all twisted
or anything.
up.
So a lot of that was fear too, because I was like, ain't nobody got no time for me to be somewhere or somebody posting something or Shaka hear this record and it ain't good to her and she done post this girl butchered my record. You know, so a lot of it was fear or whatever. And then I got in with a cat from Chicago and he asked me if there was any cover I wanted to do, what it would be, Omni House Records. And I was like, okay, Deshaun, I think I want to try it. I was like, but I need Tyrone Ellis and Dawn Tallman.
Okay, get your peoples.
I'm very particular about who sings the backgrounds on these records. And, you know, and we got together and
the rest is history. So that's what we're going to play next. We're going to play a little Any Love. Okay. Chinah Blac. You ready? Here we go. You want to hear it? Here it go. Yes. I think Shaka would have been proud of that.
I would hope so.
I think she'd be like, ooh, that girl better take that note up. Even though she probably had a few B's in there. You know, she like to call somebody a B or two. But out of love. She's like, ooh, that B better sing.
That's my dedication, my ode to the one that does it for me.
I know it. I move.
Yes.
That's how we do in the other podcast of 6 Degrees Of. Right now, the first season is all on Shaka Khan.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's been great. You know, we had Karen Bernard on there, and then we had Melissa Morgan, and the last one we didn't have any guests because we just wanted to concentrate on the music. So that one was just all rare tracks. Matter of fact, that one comes out tomorrow. I'm going to release that one. It's just all rare tracks and collaborations.
Yeah, no, like the thing about Shaka is one of the few artists that can win in every genre. Mm-hmm. No matter what genre it is. It could be funk, it could be country and western. Mm-hmm. She's gonna blaze.
She can make her voice fit into anything.
She can never be boxed in.
Never.
And you do have tenured artists that there's just certain records they can't do. Yeah. Not that they're not great.
Right.
Just certain records doesn't fit their voice, but Shaka is just like, bring it.
Yep, I can make my voice do any of this stuff. Come on, bring it.
Anything. Come on, B.
Right.
Hit my cigarette.
Okay. Right. Hitting notes, smoke coming out of mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, girl, how in the world are you hitting that note and still got smoke coming out? I don't understand it.
How you smoking cigarettes as you go on stage?
Right.
and sing like.
Oh my God! You know we could talk about Shaka forever because she's just a whole planet. Mm-hmm. A whole planet.
And even with her, that crew she run with in that background. Mm-hmm. You don't want it from them girls.
Nope. Mm-mm. Not 1 minute. Mm-mm.
Not one.
All of them bad.
They will wreck your life. Okay.
But you got to be that bad to sing background behind Shaka.
Exactly.
Okay, because you know when she does her records, she's doing those backgrounds, so you got to be able to match that sound.
Exactly, and she ain't changing no keys.
No, yeah, she is 67 years old. Original. Okay, and still singing the original key.
Yeah, I think that will be that will probably be that will probably be the highlight of my life if I ever had the opportunity to sing background for her. Mm-hmm. I think that would probably be that would be it. If I had to go back out on the road, it would be her.
All right.
She can get me out there.
Okay. Shoot. All right. Oh, so let's talk about this new venture. So artistic. How did that come? Because Melody, that's another singing fool right there. And Mike and, oh my God. How you get all those people together, girl?
Well, I didn't get them together. Let's start. I will not be... You will not have me on no podcast saying I am the reason behind this. I'm not. His name is Kelly Andre. And Kelly Andre is a really dope, amazing talent, writer, artist. And he has a nonprofit called the Love My Artist Foundation. And the Love My Artist Foundation was pretty much built to serve the artistic community as a whole, not just artists and musicians, but light, sound, all of those people that suffered from hardship during the pandemic and just, somebody need an operation. They can't afford it. That's what the I Love My Artist Foundation is built on, not just finances, but medical and life insurance. They have attorneys for assistance. They teach you about financial wealth, all of these other things. And how he would raise the money is he would have these events that would happen like on Saturdays or Sundays or what have you, where you either, you come and you pay your $40 to $60 or whatever, and then that money goes back into the artist. Last year, They raised, I believe, a little over $90,000.
Wow.
And it went right back into the artist for assistance. And in him, Melanie sits on the board of Love My Artist Foundation. And Kelly decided that he wanted to do a compilation album to raise awareness and to raise finances for the nonprofit. So he pulled together Melanie Daniels. And I mean, we all know who Melanie is.
Okay, her singing self, Lord mercy.
If you don't, Mariah Carey.
Okay.
Everything Mariah Carey is Melanie.
Exactly.
Okay. So you know, and then he pulled in Mike Davis. Most people know Mike Davis from Cafe Y. Many years, some time back, he had a deal with Jive. Also, amazing talent, amazing artist, sings Blac. And they started formulating this group. Now, unbeknownst to me, right? So he reached out to me to do a gala or fundraiser for the nonprofit. So, in me wanting to do that, or me agreeing to do that, he literally like showed up on my doorstep and was like, "I really want to explain this nonprofit to you so you can understand it." So I let him in. I made him a hookah.
Come on, sit on down, relax yourself.
I said, "Sit down, tell me a story." And, you know, he explained it, and it was just so awesome and wonderful. And, you know, so it, of course, made me super more excited to be a part of the fundraiser. And then he asked me maybe weeks after that, he was like, "Hey, I'm doing a session with Melanie and Mike, and we need another voice. Can you come through and lay a vocal?" And I'm like, I ain't had nothing to do, you know. I wasn't doing, because I really wasn't doing anything musically at the time. I was working on my hookah business and stuff like that and being home with my son. So I wasn't really doing much. And I was like, okay, this will get me outside with some adults. And, you know, I can talk to grown people. And that's what I saw it as. Like, oh, I get to be with adults like me. Right. So I go there and I lay the background part. And when I came out, they were all looking at me. And I'm like, well, what y'all looking at? Right. And he's like, we want you to be in our group. And I was like, well, what group is this? Right. And he was like, me, Melanie, and Mike have a group. At this point, it wasn't no name for it. And he was like, and he was telling me what he wanted to do. And I was like, oh, all right. Okay. You know, like, I didn't really know what I was getting into. I just was like, oh,
they set you up, girl. They set you up.
Honey. So I'm like, okay, I'm thinking, I get to sing with some people, more adult time. Yay. You know what I mean? And child, this thing turned into studio sessions and arrangements. Next thing you know, I'm doing arrangements. And now I'm producing records and he's writing and everybody's writing. They calling me the what they nicknamed me, track monster. Cause now, like, I'm in, you know, and ultimately if I'm gonna go into something musically, I'm gonna go, if I agree to do something, I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And throughout that, we decided to name the group So Artistic, and it's pretty much a quad squad. It's a 4. It's Kelly Andre, myself, Melanie Daniels, Mike Davis. And then that led to me saying, well, let me make a couple of phone calls to see what we can do with the record. Cause this music is I kind of don't want to CD baby it or a distro kid. You know what I mean? I have some connections. Let me make some phone calls, and through those phone calls, we got a distribution situation through Orchid.
All right, now.
So, you know, last week our single came out. Okay. It's called What If I, featuring Mike Davis. It's written by Mike and Kelly Andre, produced by myself and Devon Touch Allison. And it's really, really dope.
Well, you know what? So, you know what? We need to play that then.
Okay.
How about that? Okay, yeah, so we can play So Artistic. What If I? I was listening to it earlier. I said, you know what? I like the sound that all this it has kind of a retro feel to it, but it's
yes,
modernized. You know, so
very 90s.
yes.
Ooh.
So I want you all to hear. Check this out.
If I told you that you'd make my day, if you would be my wife? What if I told you I'm not living, girl, if you're not by my side? Didn't you know? Didn't you know? Yeah. It would be so sweet. It could be so nice. Everything you want, you can have it in me. Yeah. It could be so sweet. It could be so nice. Everything you need, you can have it in me. Tell me, yeah. Tell me, girl. Oh, hey, what if I did you be mine? Baby, yeah. Till the day we die. What if I showed you, girl? Actions speaks louder than words. Oh,
I'm gonna give you all of me.
Yes, I am.
The best of me.
Everything you need, you can have it in me. Yeah. It could be so sweet. It could be so nice.
Everything you want, you can have it in me.
It's you, nobody but you.
Everything you want, you can have it in me.
Hey. Tell me, baby, what if I told you that I would love you forever? Tell me, till the end of time. If you only knew how much my love yearns for you, you open your heart, let me caress your mind, give you the best of me. We can be free on this love train, just you and me. Oh. Tell me, baby, showed you that I love you. Oh, mine. Oh. Yeah. What if I told you that I cannot live without you, baby? There is nobody else but you. Show me the way to your heart, girl. Oh, yeah. Oh, baby, tell me that you love me. Say you'll never leave me and you'll always be with me. Oh, I can't live without your loving. You are everything that I need. Hey.
That's fire. That's fire right there.
That boy is good. That Mike Davis is good.
Okay, no boy, bad. They're bad.
He's bad.
Oh man, I can't wait. So, are y'all gonna do a whole EP or? And
Yes, we're completing. We're working on completing the EP. It's so funny because we was working back and forth with the label to get this record out, and then we ended up in the middle of it while we were recording the other records and producing the other records and mixing the records. We got some coming inbound on mix, some going out on production, session, all sorts of stuff. We ended up in a tour.
I saw you in Atlanta.
So yeah, we did a 4-day run in Atlanta, and it was sold out.
Shoot, well, you got them voices on. Do you think they're gonna be
And
sold
I'm
out?
like, y'all don't know us, but I guess they did because the people showed up.
Okay.
And we just got back. We just got back from North Carolina. We coined it the Southern Jazz Tour. Us and Allison Williams.
All right now.
Yeah, and we literally just got back like a week ago with some breathing time. So
And you heading out again next week, right? Aren't you heading out again next week?
Yes. So like in the middle of now it's about, I mean, the good thing right now is that next week is my son's last week of school. Right. So that's going to give me breathing room to get the rest of this production and stuff and mix is done so we can complete it. We do have the second single slated, which I'm excited that it will feature me.
All right now.
So I'm the second one up. It's called Late Night Early Mornings, featuring Chinah Blac with Nicholas Payton, the jazz trumpeter from New Orleans.
Oh, we're gonna play that too. But let me ask you one question.
Good.
Where can the folks get it? Where can they buy it?
Well, the What If I, the single, is available on iTunes and all of your digital stores.
Under So Artistic, right?
Under So Artistic, SOARTISTIC, I think.
That sounds right to me. So is.
You can find out everything we're doing. So Artistic Music is the social platform that houses that. So it's So Artistic Music for IG, Facebook, and all of your social media outlets. If you look that up, you'll find us and see pictures and stuff like that. And you can be our friend.
So you'll put it together, or is it a space between So and Artistic?
It's one word.
Okay.
So Artistic is one word, and So Artistic Music is one word.
All right, so you heard that, right? Go to all your music places and iTunes and stuff.
Us.
Huh?
We out here in these streets. We working.
Okay. And
So,
it's something like that. Everybody better get up on it.
Especially the summer coming. You can have your little bumpity bump.
Okay. That's cookout music. That's everything.
Absolutely. So I'm really proud of that, and I'm really proud of my bandmates. And we all just trying to get it done.
All right now, I love it. And proceeds go back to the
Love My Artist Foundation.
Yes. All right. So we gonna hear Late Night Early Morn. I put morn, but it's morning. Early morning.
Early morning.
Another bad song. I listened to this one too. This one too has a little retro feel to it. This one takes me even back. This one takes me back to like a little 70s feel to it.
Yeah, and Kenny Seymour, shout out to Kenny Seymour. He built the orchestration. Kenny Seymour is the musical director of The Temptations on Broadway.
Oh, all right.
And, we all kind of came together and stuff and got this record done. So shout outs to him as well. All
right, shout out, Kenny. You did the daggone thing, boy, because this is slamming. So, here you go, folks. Check it out. I'm loving it.
Hey, you up yet? Carefree kisses, fairy tale wishes, fire and passion, my attraction, cinematic.
you. Oh.
Do you see the smile that rests upon my face? Just to look into your eyes at dawn's break, you make my day, and my feet ain't hit the floor. The last kiss you give before I close my eyes only makes me anxious for the sunrise. Just to see your body next to mine. Oh, yeah, baby. Yeah. Where did you come? I open up my eyes, it's you. And impossible made possible by you. And I'll appreciate each moment made with you. Morning, do you see the smile that rests upon my face? Just to look into your eyes at dawn's break, you make my day, and my feet hit the floor, yeah. The last kiss you give before I close my eyes, all it makes me anxious for the sunrise, just to see your body next to mine. 'Cause I want more kisses, more whispers, them problematic lips. I want more touching, more loving, more of that good shit, that mesmerizing, hypnotizing love that we make. There are no
Hey, wake up.
Hey,
Good morning.
good morning.
How you sleep last night?
Pretty good. What about you?
Pretty well. You put me to sleep pretty early, you know. Let me see.
Wow. I know you was about to get up and make breakfast. You are making breakfast, right?
How about you make breakfast and I'll serve that dinner up for you.
Okay. Well, how about I'll make breakfast if
If what?
you could stay here a little longer.
I think I have a little bit of time, you know.
That's all the time I need.
Baby, just take what you need.
All of it.
Every little drop.
Cool.
Every little drop. Ooh.
Let me see.
Oh, Lord. Oh,
You
that's a
make
bad
that-
record. Huh?
Like you, thank you. Y'all remember back in the day when they had them records and had the extended mix?
Okay. That's what I'll tell you. That took me back to the 70s when I first said, I was like, yeah, they got a little 70s feel to it. And then, you know, you got to break down.
You go over there and just talk. Say something. And everybody knows Kelly knows he has the 808 of life. Like his low end
I can hear.
voice, it was like, good morning. I was like,
Oh, okay. I can get it with that.
good morning. Hi.
Oh, Lord. Oh, boy.
Boy.
So that is great. That was a perfect little ending, too. Everybody be like, all right now, y'all.
You want me to make breakfast?
No.
If you want me to make breakfast, then you got to do some things for me because I'm not a morning person. Okay. I like to sleep till noon. All right.
Okay. Yeah, everybody, go on and get that so autistic. You get your life.
Drink him some water. He gotta get himself together.
Okay, you gotta give me some water, girl.
He got hot and bothered. He's like, I need a sip of libation. Like he's still drinking.
I'm gonna get some more, y'all. Right, y'all can't see us.
People do adult music in these streets.
That's for the adult
It's
folks.
gotta be all nasty and you know.
Okay.
You don't gotta tell the people all the business. You just gotta be creative.
Right. It don't have to be so explicit.
Creative with your late night hour.
Okay, that's what I was talking with Tangeray Hayward. I was saying, you know what? One thing I love, you're not being all explicit and stuff on your album. Everything is nice, and you say what you have to say. Everybody get the meaning. You don't have to throw a lot of F-bombs and stuff all that in your music.
Listen, there's still beauty in mystery.
Exactly. Tell it, children.
You don't got to be all out there.
Oh, so how did you want to end it? You want to end it with a Chinah song? Let's see.
Yeah, I guess since this is about Chinah Blac, I guess, should probably end with Chinah. You think? And I gave everybody all they little.
You gave them their shout outs and everything, right?
I got the shout outs. You got Josh, you got Jerk Gershon, you got Dawn, Tyrone, Melanie, Mike Kelly. Who am I missing?
I think you covered everybody.
Okay, good. Now,
So, Miss
my
Chinah,
time is over.
so what you want to go out with? You tell me.
Well, we got this new Chinah Blac album that's coming.
All right, girl.
And I ended up doing this record in the So Artistic show by mistake,
Mm-hmm.
and it kind of caught fire. So I'm not sure if it's going to be the first single from the Chinah Blac record, but it might be looking that way by accident. So this is called Love You. And like I tell people, this is not about new love. This is about old love. This is about the love you have when you look at the person 10, 9 years, that's you, 10 or whatever years later, and you look at them and you still like them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this record is about.
Well, y'all, we going to play Love You.
I love you, by Chinah Blac.
I love you. I love you, Chinah.
I love you too, boy.
We can't let it be this long again before we talk now.
We cannot.
We cannot. Okay? So,
Absolute.
I love you, and I'm going to play I Love You. Check it out, y'all.
Ain't nothing like good loving in the morning time. Open my eyes to feel you touching, holding my body like you didn't let go last night. It's crazy, so amazing what you do to me. I can't explain it, Lord. I can't contain this feeling that I have for you. Let it forever gone. Ooh, 'cause you know I love you. Ooh, kiss me, baby, call my name. You know that I love you. you make, I can't forget it. Irreplaceable feeling, this feeling that you give. Ooh, when you come inside, I feel the moon and sun colliding with. She was so unreal, I can't help to scream, Daddy, don't you leave me, 'cause nobody else could please me this way. No possibility I could do. 'Cause you know that I love you. Kiss me, baby, call my name. Call my name. You know that I love you. You know that I love you. Do them things that make me go shine, yeah. You know that I love you. Love you. Oh, touch me, kiss me, baby, call my name. You know that I love you. Yes, do them things that make me go insane. You know that I love you. Love you. Love you. Touch me, baby. You know that I love you. Call my name. I love you. I love you. You know that I love you. Hey, do them things that make me go insane. You know that I love you. You know I love you. Touch me, kiss me, baby, call my name. You know that I love you. Do them things that make me go insane. You know that I love you. Love you. Love you. You know that I love you. Yeah. Do them things that make me go insane, baby.
Yes. God, that's smooth. I love that.
Thank you. You know, vibey.
Okay.
Into vibes these days.
Yeah, you know.
I just want to make music that make people feel good.
And shoot, that's what music's supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Once you feel good, you got the people. You know, you got them feeling good. It's like, hey, I'm going to get this because it makes me feel a certain way.
Yeah. It makes me feel like relaxing.
Okay.
Or being with the person I love. Or not.
Okay.
Being with the person I love or being with the person I'm with. I don't know what the people is doing these days. You know, there's a lot of things going on in the world.
But you know what? One way or the other, if you're feeling good about whatever way you're doing it, that's all that matters.
In the end.
In the end, it's all on how you feel.
Yes.
You know, I just want to say thank you again, Chinah, for blessing this podcast.
Oh, thank you for having me, Troy. I was saying I've been waiting for you to do this. So I'm just so glad you did.
Yeah, it took a while, you know, and then when I told Led about it, she said, "Oh my God, you got to do it. You got to do it." And the funny thing about it is that it started with the 6 degrees of, and then I said, "Well, shoot, it's enough for me to do 2 podcasts, so I'm doing 2 of them." You know?
Oh, that's right.
Okay, so I'm doing this one and it's
plethora.
Right, do a plethora, you know. So who knows? Maybe it would turn into something one day that's really big. But you know, I'm just doing it for the love and the passion right now. Same thing when we started the BAAS group and we was doing the shows. You know, that was just for the love and the passion. And look how quickly that took off.
Yeah, I wanted to see who y'all wanted to see.
Okay.
I used to laugh. I'd be like, you know, BAAS, they some shady people now. If they don't want to hear you, you won't won't get booked. They have to want to hear you. And then they will present you.
It's
to the
true.
masses.
It's true.
Those good times, boy.
Oh my God.
You think about it, a lot of us are friends, like close friends. Like me and Gordon are like,
Yeah.
you know, and like just when William did it and Rare, and then you kind of see how the lives has turned over and what they've blossomed into now and stuff.
Yeah.
He was all just little indie kids fresh off of somebody's tour wanting to do our own stuff.
Okay. I'm thinking about Darian now. Darian. Okay.
And we want our own thing.
Okay.
And you guys provided that, and that was fantastic.
I look at Darian now. He's Darian Dean. He's all over the place doing his thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, go ahead, Darian.
Everybody just grew and
Kimberly Nicole over there on the Voice, and now she's over there in London.
London.
Okay, so it's crazy how things happen. It was
sophisticated.
It was family.
Yeah, but it was sophisticated though, Troy.
Yeah,
that's what That's kind of where my whole little concept for sophisticated fly comes from. Mm-hmm. Like you came and you had on, you wasn't, you had on your little outfit. You was fresh. You had your cocktail in one hand. You had your meal, and you sat and you listened to good music.
Yeah.
And that you can't. Y'all were really, besides what Damn Good Music Group.
Yeah.
There was y'all were the only two that was really providing that type of vibe,
mm-hmm.
Just not the whole all over the place. Mm-hmm. I want to come, relax, chill, and listen.
Well, I can't claim all of it because I remember when Sarah Hill used to do it with the Sister Factory,
mm-hmm.
and she used to have it at SOBs all the time.
Yeah, and then there was who somebody else used to do Joe's Pub. I think Sister Factory did Joe's Pub too.
Mm-hmm.
At some point,
because she moved over to Joe's Pub.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, she did. Sarah's up in Albany now doing her stuff up there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm like, I can just say I've been blessed. To be able to do the thing that I love and help other people.
Yeah, absolutely.
So anyway, Chinah, I guess I better get on off this podcast.
I know. We have to get off this podcast.
Even though I don't want to.
We don't want to get off the podcast, but we got kids.
Yes.
We parents now. And we ain't in them streets no more.
Okay, not at all.
For now.
Right. And when we do go out there, it's going to be going to a direct place. We won't be roaming.
We won't be roaming through the streets.
Where you going next? I don't know. Where you go? I don't know. Let's go stop over here. Okay. What we doing after that? I don't know. Let's eat first, and then we find out what we're going to do after that.
Something else. And it'd be like 6 a.m, and we still out here like, where we going?
Okay. Chinah girl, I'm going to talk to you soon, girl.
All right. I love you.
And I love you. And thank you so much.
You are so welcome. Okay. Call me.
Oh, answer the phone.
I
will. Love you. Good night. And thank you, everybody, for checking this one out. Ciao.
If I told you that you'd make my day, if you would be my wife? What if I told you I'm not living, girl, if you're not by my side? Didn't you know? Didn't you know? Yeah, it would be so sweet It could be so nice. Everything you want, you can have it in me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It could be so sweet. It could be so nice. Everything you need, you can have it in me. Tell me, yeah, yeah. Tell me, girl. Oh, hey, what if I did you be mine? Baby, baby, yeah. Oh, if I told you I care for you till the day we die, what if I showed you, girl, actions speak louder than words? Oh,
I'm gonna give you all of me.
yes I am.
Everything the best of me.
Everything you need, you can have it in me. Hey, it could be so sweet. It could be so nice.
Everything you want, you can have it in me.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Something's on my mind.
And it's you, nobody but you.
Everything you want, you can have it in me.
Hey, hey, hey. Tell me, baby,
What if I showed you?
what if I told you that I would love you forever? Tell me, hey, care for you till the end of time. If you only knew how much my love yearns for you, then open your heart, let me caress your mind. Give you the best of me, we can be free on this love train, just you and me. Oh, tell me, baby,
What if I
showed you that I love you. Oh my, oh, yeah, 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 yeah. What if I told you that I cannot live without you, baby? There is nobody else but you. Show me, show me, show me the way to your heart, girl. Oh, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. Oh, baby, tell me that you love me. Say you'll never leave me and you'll always be with me. Oh, I can't live without your loving. You are everything that I need. Hey.
Thank you for listening to the BAAS Entertainment Podcast.